German Chancellor Angela Merkel moments ago giving President Trump some props on North Korea. Joining me now is Michael Allen from Beacon Global Strategies. He's a former member of the National Security Council. And this does feel like a kind of a momentous day. I just had a tweet from someone telling me that his father was in Korea. He was stationed in Korea. His son has been stationed in Korea. And that today feels like a day, though, of course, as Ari Fleischer said, there is reason to be cautious.
Yeah, that's exactly right here. I think President Trump is probably right to try and test the intentions of the new leader. It may be that he sees the way forward in the future for the North Korean economy. It's tanking, it's terrible, and it's only going to get worse. So it probably makes sense, while not taking any of our crippling sanctions off the table, to sort of test the waters here and see if this guy can make good on what he's saying.
In addition, there was a lot of talk about Iran this week and the Iran deal. I wondered what you thought that Angela Merkel most needed to get out of this meeting when it came to Iran, and was she able to go home with anything?
Doesn't sound like too much. I mean, it sounds like the president is open to hearing what the European powers have to say. But listen, we still need three things in order to stay in this deal. The most important of which is we need to be able to put a longer period to this deal. We don't need sunsets here in the next 5, 12 years. That's the strategic patience pathway to a bomb. So the Europeans need to unite with us and try and improve the deal so that we might stay in.
Let me also ask you about, or read to you from the Wall Street Journal this morning. This is the editorial board saying that on the eve of a Trump-Kim Jong-un summit, a Europe-U.S. rewrite would also reinforce Mr. Trump's demand that North Korea must dismantle its nuclear program to have normal relations with the world. Europe has to decide if it wants to unite with the U.S. to make the Iran deal better for world security, or stick with the Obama terms and risk a showdown over U.S. sanctions on Iran in Europe. And Michael, I just assume that if Germany and others in Europe have to make a choice between doing business with Iran or business with the United States, there's just no question what they would choose. So the president's hand here feels pretty strong.
I think so. I mean, listen, a lot of the president's language is calculated to make it clear to them that he's very, very serious. I think that's what's gotten them to the table so far in order to say, hey, listen, let's try and fix some of these things that Obama negotiated. But, I think they got a pretty strong message, President Macron and Chancellor Merkel this week, that, listen, the president is serious. He's got to get a better deal, or he doesn't want to stay in the deal for a lot of reasons about the Middle East, but also for the message it sends to North Korea, which is that we're willing to sign up to deals that we think have serious infirmities.
What about the trade issue? I've only got about 40 seconds left. I'll let you have the floor here to talk about the trade issues that Germany is concerned about and how you think that will play out with the deadline May 1st next week.
I think the president will end up extending the sort of shelter he's given them to give the two sides more time to negotiate. I don't know that it makes total sense to sort of sanction them at the same time that we need them on Iran. So I think he'll go for a longer exemption and play this out.
All right. Well, Michael Allen, good to have you on the show for your first time. We hope to have you back.